And we are live. How's everybody doing?
Woo! Doing good.
Yeah. We are waiting
2
on...
days before Christmassy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I've not wrapped all my presents. I've wrapped one present. So tomorrow's going to be really busy. But we are still waiting on Kat to show up, but otherwise we're getting started. You guys we're back with our main cast this week. It's Digitized Heroes. You guys are on a ship. Morgan called in her favor to ask Lawfrey for an escort to the place you want to get to so you don't get murdered by her kin, which has upset some of the members of the crew that you are on. Briar has just had an existential crisis of kind of PTSD, except it's not really PTSD because it's not really real for Ashley.
It's not.
Because Ashley's never been in a war, but Briar has. Awkward conundrum there. So you're processing
And the status
some
effect
things.
is still thing.
Yeah. Fox decided to casually make a joke of hitting on his buddy on the ship, and very quickly realized that the buddy was like, "Okay, sure, I'm down."
I also learned
went
how
off
to
to do
fight.
chores.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I also learned how to fight.
You did.
Okay.
You did, for sure. That's how it started.
And I slutted around.
Not yet.
I was gonna say
but
there's a
soon.
sword fighting joke in there that I
Yeah.
won't find.
Nikolai
I'm
is
just gonna...
both lover and fighter, apparently. Lakey is setting up
he goes both ways.
a rabbit play date. Well, not wrong.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry that it came out of my face before I could, my brain could apply any sort of brakes whatsoever. That's what I'm apologizing for.
Lakey's
There you
setting
go.
up a rabbit play date for his new adopted sibling, sort of, kind of. Someone who is somewhat new to the Rabbit Society. Lacey has been hanging out, making friends, learning some stuff. Not sure how to feel about those humanoid folks with the books being shifty. He's got a decision to make about a letter. And then last time we didn't get to play too much with Saphira, so I would like to start with Saphira.
Yay! Oh no. Go through the emotions. Yay! No.
Yeah. It is getting to be evening time. Look, the sun. I think we had the sun already go down last session. So it's getting to be evening time. The shifts are kind of shifting around, so people who are at work are no longer at work anymore. What do we find you doing evening time on the ship?
She's playing with her lute. Like, she's trying to process a lot of stuff that's been going on, but I think more than anything, she's kind of just sitting on deck, kind of messing with her lute, learning how to play it, learning chords and things like that, kind of trying to self-teach herself how to actually play it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, Rachel's pretty musically inclined, knows how to play the piano. She figured, guitar's not that hard.
I will say it's
Or so
probably a
she
very
thinks.
different skill set than playing the piano. Chords being quite different in terms of how you play them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just hanging out on deck, just
Build
plunking
up
around?
that callus.
Yeah. She is, plunking around, learning that her fingers are going to be hurting very soon. realizing the very soft, delicate fingers are not going to be soft and delicate anymore.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I don't think she. I think she's definitely going to want to learn some more bard skills, just because that's definitely something that triggers with her. So I think she would definitely, while playing around with that, where is the list of crew members? I know it's here.
So the two bards that you would have noticed are Sunny, who is the Avis, which is the big, tall, like bird
Yeah.
centaur, who is probably coming out onto the deck for the evening shift. See, she's probably late night. And then the other one is Lakey's new bestie, Darshan, who is kind of the bard understudy.
I think she'd want to. I think she'd feel more comfortable approaching Sunny, if
Okay.
I'm being honest, about learning. So what did she want to do? Traveling tune.
Yeah. I think you would find Sunny kind of warming up on deck. Maybe not actually singing yet, but like getting her voice in tune. It's very clear that she's a singer as opposed to an instrument player.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of wiggles between the warbling of a bird to like more standard like humanoid singing that you're used to. So it's an interesting like back and forth of listening to her.
Yeah, she's gonna very timidly approach. She doesn't want to distract her too much, so she's gonna be very timid about it. Kind of just watching her and kind of waiting for that opportunity to kind of speak up, and then try to get her attention and ask if she minds teaching her if she knows traveling tune.
Well, of course I know a traveling tune. Or do you want to role play that out, or do you just want to say that you did it?
No, a little bit of both. It's fine. Pardon me. I have a question. If I can't take up too much of your time.
I have a few minutes. What's up?
I was hoping to learn a new bard skill, a traveling tune.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure if that's something you could.
All good bards for ships know how to do that. I can absolutely I can show you a few things about it. Are you looking to become a bard for a ship?
I'm not sure for a ship, but at least become a bard. Always been musically inclined, so it seems kind of the best path.
Oh, okay. So you're just learning it for your own self. I guess gratification.
And my group, at least.
Okay.
To be helpful with my group that I'm with, my party.
Okay. Well, what do you already know? What's your skill set?
I know earworm. I was recently taught that and given this lute. And she holds up her lute all proud.
Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you.
So
I'm a little bit of a singer, so I do know how to sing. I'm learning chords and stuff.
yeah, and the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. So typically a traveling tune is used to kind of be a call and response song. Kind of have you ever heard of a sea shanty before?
Yes, I have.
So you know how
I'm familiar
when
with
we're
some of them.
traveling, sometimes you'll hear some of the others like sing back or you'll hear Darshan call out and they'll make a response, or they'll like drum while they're doing things. Sometimes it's just an instrumental. It's kind of that. So it makes the journey go a little bit faster. And sometimes it's just placebo, and sometimes it just makes it feel like it's going faster. But other times it really does help. It seems to set the pace for everyone, and everybody can keep a better pace. I will say it works probably a little bit better when you're on the ground, walking or riding horses. But, hypothetically, it should work for the boats too. It certainly makes everybody feel better, so everybody's, a little bit more in tune with what they're doing, which makes things go a little bit more smoothly. But basically, you set the pace to the joy in your heart, and send that energy out to the people on the crew with you, or in your party with you, as your case may be.
I can do that. I think I can do that. No, I can do that.
The other
She's
thing
kind of
you
like
have to do,
talking
and I
herself
keep
up.
having to get on Darsh's case about this, so you have to do it too, and you've got to let yourself take breaks, because you're gonna wear your hands out, you're gonna wear your arms out, you can't play an instrument for 8 hours straight,
Fair. Yeah, no. I learned that when I learned to play the piano. You can hurt your fingers. Too much practice can hurt your fingers.
This is true.
Yeah.
Would you
I
like
can do
to try leading our crew in a song?
Oh my god. Sure. I don't know sea shanties. The only one that's coming to my head is the Pirates of the Caribbean one. I'm sitting here going, yo, it's life for me.
Merman!
Excuse me, still got a bit of a cough from my cold last week. Is that what you try to do?
Yes.
Sunny gives you the most
She plucks
bewildered
it out on
look
the thing.
in her life. Okay.
It's
that's...
yo ho, a pirate life.
Yo ho yo, pirate's life for me.
I used to know these words. Kindle, we char, we flame, we ignite, drink up. I guess I gotta do Morgan now.
We kindle, we charm, we flame and ignite, drink up, me hearties, yo ho.
Sorry.
Know the words.
I watched Pirates of the Caribbean this weekend, so you'll have to forgive me.
The Devils and Black Sheep, really
And-
bad eggs.
With Morgan joining in, and whoever else is around that knows the song, Sunny gives those few of you the strangest look and says, that was definitely a song. We're not pirates.
You're just embarrassed because you don't know it.
What? I missed that. What did you say?
We're not pirates, right?
Yes, but I learned that as a child. Something like my brother used to sing all the time.
Oh, okay. I have some questions as to where your brother learned a song like that, but I'm glad that you're having fun. She seems
If this
very...
person belts out a bless your heart, I'm gonna die.
I mean, that's the energy. She seems very startled that you're, like, gung-ho about piracy.
I mean, leave it to someone named Sunny to throw shade like that.
And we have a cat.
Cat.
Oh,
Yay!
boss is here.
Pasta's here. And special guest.
And a special guest.
So, real quick, my sister got me a handmade gift when she was traveling for a wedding, and I have a boss, and now we have a very glittery isosceles
I love
because
them.
she loved the character. She
Oh,
loved isosceles introductions so much. She found this hand-beaded little guy
Oh
Wow.
shit, that's so
and
cool.
gifted him, right? And so now we have a little isosceles.
He's got little
Yes.
curly jazz hands. He's the best.
He does have
I love it.
yes.
He just needs a little like
She
wizard
said she
cloak
loved it
now.
so much. Yes. But yeah, he's beautiful,
That's
and
so
I will
cool.
take very good care of him.
Yes. If you were in the chat, you did a great job. 10 out of 10. I love it.
She's downstairs. I'll let her know.
Okay, there you go. Oh,
She's
very cool.
visiting for the holidays. That's how I got this little guy.
Very cool.
That's great.
He's so cute. Anyway,
Very textile,
Sorry,
I would
I didn't
imagine.
Saphira, you may now add a traveling tune to your repertoire.
Yay! Thinking about pirates.
And just so the rest of you guys know, a traveling tune is a homebrew bard class because the system doesn't have a bard class, which seems weird to me. But the text that I have come up with so far is: the road is long, but you know what will make it go faster? A good song. Lead the party in a joyful call and response song of your making, like a sea shanty or a song sung in a round. Carried along by the beat to set the pace and the joy in your hearts, you reach your destination in half the time.
Whoa!
Yeah, so
Let's go!
bards on sailing ships are very helpful.
Oh, row your boat. That'd have been perfect.
True.
We can
And
still
you would-
sing it.
You would not have upset Sunny nearly as much. Let's put it that way.
Sorry. It was
Nope, you're all good.
it was a Pirates of the Caribbean. It was a Pirates of the Caribbean weekend. Is what it was.
When you're on the spot, pirates.
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 Okay.
100%.
It is evening
Pirates.
time. Does anybody else want to do anything in particular?
I would like to finish up with Delisi, if that's cool.
Let's do it. Are you guys
Alright, so
still?
let's
Are you
try
guys
now.
still in the bonus office room in the headquarters?
Yeah, I think we were just done emotionally traumatizing each other, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
I thought we were. I thought we left off heading back to the ship to have, like you showed Lacey, how Blink works.
Sure, we can do wherever. You want to go back to the ship? We'll go back to the ship. So when they get back to the ship, Lakey is going to suss out a cup of water,
Mhm.
and Lakey's going to take a pen or a pencil or a stick, just something he's got lying around, and just drop it in the water, and then just show it to DeLacy. Well, that should be over here, but it looks like it's over there, right?
I follow so far.
Well, but you know that if you were to put your finger in there to try to touch it, you would go where you think it is and not where you see it being.
Right.
So you would move to where it should be. So if you are here, but you want to be over there, you should be over there.
Mm-hmm.
You would move to where you should be. Because why would you be here if it makes more sense for you to be there?
I think I get the theory. The look on his face is, I don't know if I understand anything, but I'm trying my best.
Okay. You are here.
Yes.
DeLacy puts his hands on either of, Leahy puts his hands on either of DeLacy's shoulders and moves him 3 steps to the right. He says, now you are here.
Yeah. Yep.
But there is also here.
He does that blink again where it's like, the eyes blink individually.
There's a fair component of belief when it comes to wizardry. Not in a... I've heard rumors of people who follow deities that they never see, that they never interact with. They just carry on with blind faith for their entire lives, setting all of this energy and all of this intent to this concept that never returns it. But on the other hand, now this is exactly the opposite. You have the ability to make what you believe be real. You can...
His ears had gone down in confusion, but at that, his ears go up.
So you can go from here to there by walking. But what if you didn't have to go? What if you just were there? What if you just went from here to there?
Without the walking in between.
Sometimes, if you believe hard enough that by putting your finger into the water here, you're going to touch the bottom of the stick, you'll touch the bottom of the stick. And sometimes, in that same sort of certainty, where you understand that the next place that your foot is going to fall is over here, and like he blinks to halfway across, like mid-step, just beak, halfway across the deck. Then it happens. You just have to be confident that the way that you want things to be is the way that they will be. It's like manifestation, but without the hopes and dreams and the more immediate gratification.
It's a quick step. If I successfully manage to do this, I am rubbing it in my sister's face for reasons you do not know or understand, but I need you to know the joy you are potentially bringing me.
I have learned quite a lot about you today, Mr. DeLacy, but the one thing that I have never not known you to be is capable of joy. So, you also seem fairly certain of yourself in most of your endeavors, and you trust your skills. And now you just have to extend that trust that your next footfall will be wherever you want it to.
Well, there is a saying among my family that a Lacey always lands on their feet. But now I get to decide where that footfall gets placed. Oh.
Exactly. It is a decision, not a hope, not a try. It's certainty. Just need to present the thought in such a way that all of the forces that be agree with you.
That actually feels rather familiar.
Lakey walks back over
You
to
see him?
Lacey. Sometimes, especially in negotiation, and I believe I mentioned this to you earlier, there are 3 sides to the story. One person's side, the other person's side, and then the actual thing that happened. The trick of it comes with finding the middle ground that satisfies all the different accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, in those negotiations, people come in with such a strength of personality that you are immediately convinced that their truth is the truth that makes the most sense for all of us. Whether it's the truth that actually happened, or the truth that actually exists, it's not the point. It's the truth that's the easiest for all of us to believe. So if your
Let's
truth
see.
is that your next step lands over by the captain, well, it's such a convincing argument, who are we to deny it?
I think I'd like to try putting that into practice. Practically.
Lakey kind of half bows and gestures and takes a step back, like a, as you will, sir.
And I don't know what I need to do to try to make this happen, because I did not look ahead in the book because I did not prepare properly.
There is no role
Uh,
involved for Blink. So however you want to do it.
Trying to think how he would do this in his head to make it work. Starting with like baby steps, it's like there's no obstruction in the way of where he wants to get. So essentially thinking about it like he would jumping from branch to branch in a tree when he was a kid. And it's like, okay. He's doing that like shoulder wiggle that cats do when they're about to like jump. And in his head, it is just it's almost like moving so fast you don't see the movement. We're gonna flash this. He's just and he, if with Guy's approval, he blinks from where he was standing, listening to Lecky, to the corner, the farthest corner he can get to.
Okay.
I don't remember what the range is.
The range is about how far you could move in a turn, which is like, I don't know, in regular D&D, I think standard is like 30 feet.
Yeah, he'll blink to there and just, holy fuck, I did it! And his like tail's immediately up, it's fully bristled, the like toes are all expanded, the fingers are all expanded. I think I did it! Did I do it? Did I did it?
You did it.
DeLacy, from right beside you, from out of nowhere, comes, yeah, you did it! And it's Isosceles.
Oh god. I rolled to see if he would do the cartoon cat thing of like getting spooked so bad he like jumps, unclings to the ceiling, and I rolled a 1.
Okay, what does that
Amazing.
mean?
I think that means he's just does anyone remember the scene from the animated Jungle Book where Kaz getting pulled out of the tree and he just like gets smacked on everything? I feel like it's something like that. Like when a cat gets spooked and just like bounces off of shit until they land somewhere far away from the thing that spooked them.
DeLacy saw a cucumber.
It finally happened. He finally saw a cucumber. And I feel like that final landing spot is behind Lakey because he ran for cover, and that's the safest person to him right now.
And
It's so
that
good, though.
is Blink. You've honestly gotten, and the beginning of the science of wizardry?
To which
I'll
Isosceles
remember.
very quickly says,
I'll
"Bah!"
remember.
and blinks away.
There are different thought processes. Some people find it to be an art, but some science is art, and people who hold too rigid to one ideology lose the potential of both sometimes.
I mean, I got to look through my brother's telescope once, and that was something else. The sky's wild.
Yeah. Sky's very wild. Well, shall we keep practicing? Perhaps I could explain some more philosophy to maybe make it even easier for you.
I will
Maybe
gladly
over a-
listen. I need to.
Maybe over a drink or something downstairs.
That'd be lovely.
Delisi and Lakey go off downstairs and hang out for a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Are otherwise contained.
Yeah.
He is raccoon-tailed for a hot minute. That scared him so bad.
Amazing.
Isosceles Chaos Gremlin at all times.
Just
Okay,
And we love him for it.
does anybody else in particular want to do anything this evening?
Did boss talk to Lacey? To DeLacy?
oh, good. Sure.
But yeah, Friar and Boss be below deck, right?
Yeah, maybe we
Maybe
could
wherever you want to
catch
be.
Okay, good. So I guess should it be after you come back with Lacey, or in between when you're going down to the when you're going out with Lacey? Boss wants to catch DeLacy alone. Bum bum bum.
That doesn't sound
I'm
awful
very
at all.
excited.
Maybe we can have it be like a little while after they're talking philosophy, and it's we're gonna head back to our sleeping quarters kind of thing.
Yeah.
It could also easily be because Mal, correct me if I'm wrong. Lakey is also on evening shift on the ship, right?
Lakey is
both
also
evening shift?
on evening shift. Lakey also wants to talk to the first officer, so if she wanders by at any point.
He's on day shift, so he's probably asleep or headed that way.
Well, that's dumb. Yeah, I mean, Delakey. Wow. Yeah, this
That's
is
the
a
ship
great
name.
Ship
Good job, Brain.
name.
Ship name dropped.
Sure. Lakey will probably make sure that DeLacy's nerves are settled and that he's got a couple concepts to mull over that, and just digest. And then he'll go back up to the thing. So he will leave poor DeLacy in Boss's clutches.
I see once they've been talking for a while, even DeLacy's also like, oh shit, it's getting late in the night, and I gotta earn my keep on this ship. I made a whole joke about being a ship's cat. I gotta stick to it. Once Lakey goes, DeLacy probably finishes whatever like a hot drink he was working on. It's probably something with peaches. He got peach tea. And so he's just gonna like try and chug that down real quick. Just that was still really hot.
I think if now's a good time, I think there's going to be a knock at DeLacy's door. About frog height.
He's like, not even thinking it's Boss because he thinks Boss is allergic to him. He's gonna go, Honestly, if that's you coming to say nothing, it's really okay. As he opens the door and sees Boss there, goes, Mr. Honeylemon. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Honeylemon. Boss is looking up at him and then kind of like straightens up to being addressed as Mr. Honeylemon, kind of like
Businessman.
attaches himself and he goes, "Good evening, Mr. D. Lacey. Do you have a moment?"
I was just about to head on to do work up top. What you need? And he like folds his arms and leans against the frame of his door. One leg folds over the other.
No, you're not busy. And he walks like underneath where DeLacy's leaning his arm against the door into his room.
He's like, no. Let me read that. Just no. Come on in.
Boss turns around once in the middle of the room and goes, "Close the door."
He's like, he's kind of like, I've never. In his head, he's like, I have never seen this little frogman be so serious. I was convinced for the longest time this was a child. He's like, all right then. I respect a man not wanting his business heard. He shuts the door, but he like stays by it.
As DeLacy closes the door, Boss puts down his little book bag and he rummages through it and he pulls out something. And it's a lemon tart folded up in a paper towel or whatever this Fantasyland has as paper towels. And hands it to DeLacy.
Can I tell that it's a lemon tart wrapped in a little, like, probably, like, linen napkin or something? Is this just an undisclosed bundle I'm being handed?
He didn't poison it!
Well.
So, Mr. DeLacy, I would like to apologize to you. And he hands the lemon tart over in the little wrapped cloth.
May I ask what you've been apologizing for, then? As he takes it, but it's like, in that, this is gonna explode in my hand, I'm gonna lose my hand kind of way.
So, with all the chaos that's been happening in this, and he's trying to, like, make sure he doesn't, like, give anything away that, like, he's a player, their NPC, game, world, he's trying to make sure he uses the right vocabulary. But all the chaos that's happened in this world, I feel like I may have judged you a bit unfairly. You know, some of our team members I've gotten pretty close with, and one of them you were a little flirtatious with, and I was overprotective of them, and I feel like I may have been a little bit cold towards you. I just wanted to apologize.
One ear goes... It's like, as far as the ear language, is like, one goes a little more forward, one stays, like, kind of sideways. And he's like, oh, you mean, you talking about Miss Morgan, yes?
Oh, yes, she's so lovely. And as he looks at the tart, goes, I didn't poison it. Someone else made these, and I saucily took 20 of them, so I put some of them in my bag.
Oh, well... Wait, someone made... And then he finally opens the little bundle, because he had not opened it. Goes, oh! Oh, sugar, that's very sweet. Unfortunately, I can't really eat this.
Boss takes it back and like starts to nibble on it a little bit because he doesn't want to throw it out.
I will gladly accept the apology that came with it if you feel endeavoring to enjoy the confection in your hands. But
it is a very good question, sir.
But should you be moseying? I mean, I remember hearing that you was allergic to the dander. I can't really do nothing about.
I'm not allergic to you. I was just being kind of a butthead. I'll be honest. I totally thought, and he can't say NPC, so he goes, sometimes boys are trouble. And I was making sure that you wouldn't be trouble for Morrigan because we got to bond one of the first couple days we were here, and I wanted to make sure her heart was protected. But I realize now how unfair to you because you've been such a valuable member to this team, and you've really been a real team member, and I just want to let you know. And Boss puts his hands up to Lacey's hand if he lets him, like, puts his little froggy paws around his hand. That I had nothing to worry about because after all this time, I realized if you were to break her heart, she would rip out your skeleton, beat you with it, and then put it back into your lifeless body.
And then raise me from the dead so she could do it all over again. You know that, right?
Or my sister's stupid. Yes, absolutely. And that was unfair of me to think that she couldn't stand up for herself.
I don't think you've said an
I'm
inaccurate
kidding.
thing so
I'm
far.
kidding. Listen, I know you didn't like the coffee that I brought for you the other day. Boss doesn't know that it was just milk and sugar in a cup. And sometimes I feel like things happen so fast we haven't really gotten a chance to bond. However, I just apologize that this little froggy body was kind of a butthead to you. And I hope, even though you didn't accept this lemon tart, I hope to accept my apology and that we will turn you into boots if you ever break her heart.
Sugar, I've been on the receiving end of that. I would never intentionally do that to someone else.
Boss sighs, very sad. I'm not intimidating, am I?
There is something deeply terrifying about something as adorable as you present yourself talking the way you do sometimes. So, yes and no.
Boss's eyes sparkle a little bit. You mean that, Mr. DeLacy?
I mean that with every hair on my body. That you make stand on end
Boss
sometimes.
hands together and his feet go a little bit like this. He goes, that's all I ever wanted, and he just hugs DeLacy's leg.
I may if I may make a suggestion, if you want to in certain situations maybe appear more terrifying. If you're open to the suggestion, that is.
Yes. He backs up and he's nodding, and his hands are like this. He looks very childlike now, like a kid eager to learn what he needs to do for candy. Yes, oh, absolutely. Tell me how to be intimidating.
And DeLacy will actually get down and sit on the floor crisscross applesauce because he is fairly tall, so I figure doing that makes him at least eye level with Boss. And he goes, now, let's be perfectly real with ourselves. You look adorable. The cute factor is turned up to 13. But at the same time, when something so adorable says some truly heinous shit, it is jarring, it is off-putting, and it sets people off their equilibrium, usually makes them more likely to slip up. So, for instance, when you was talking about how if I was to break Miss Morgan's heart, she would have no trouble doing any of the things you said that I'm frankly forgetting because I think I blacked out.
It's okay. She sometimes gets a little scary.
A little bit.
You surprised me. Listen.
All I'm saying is I'm glad we's working together and not against.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry I didn't know you didn't like coffee. I'll bring a bowl of milk next time.
Now you catch on. That's a whole thing I'll get to later. But especially when you are especially creative in the ways you say someone could be dismembered, tortured, harmed. The more creative you get, the more off-putting it'll be coming out of, frankly, this very adorable form of yours.
Oh.
Is that how close Boss actually is to me right now?
Actually, yeah, let's just say that. He's paying full attention.
So, when you want to intimidate someone, say it heinous, upsetting things, but in the most adorable voice you can. It truly does set people off, and they're more likely to mess up and give you the upper hand, whether they realize it or not.
Oh. Oh, can you give me an example of what I should say?
Remind me again what Morgan would be capable of doing to me if I broke a heart.
Oh, taking out your skeleton, beating you with it, and then putting it back in your body.
Very, very
I
good.
practiced
Now try that
one,
again.
I'll admit.
Now try it with a little more flowery embellishment. Like, lay it on thick.
Okay, do I need to add like some girly pop spice to it, or just like really, really, really even more like ham?
What region is Girly Pop Spice from?
Boss blinks out. Maybe I should just practice it a few times. You know what? Ignore that. Don't ever say those words again in public. No, ignore me. I'm sorry. I'm dumb.
Oh, is it a frog folk culture thing? I wouldn't want to appropriate nothing.
You know what? I just made that up off the top of my head.
I don't know if my mic caught any of that because my green did not light up. But he goes, "See, he's a brilliant young man." And he holds his chin and all right. He goes, "So, I'm going to repeat it back to you. But for me, I'm imagining I'm saying this about my big sister Tilly.
Do you have
If you
sister?
ever break her heart, yeah, I have several brothers and sisters.
Oh.
Actually, now that I think
Boss,
about
like,
it, if Tilly and Miss Morgan ever met, they'd probably get along frighteningly well. Very similar music choices. But anywho, if you were to ever break her heart, she could rip your skeleton out of you like you rip a grape off the vine, crush you just as similarly as folks crush grapes into wine, and probably drink your blood straight like a finished product. And you say it all with a smile on your face and your big bright eyes, and it is going to set people off they rock because it is just such a clash."
Boss is like staring out into space, and his eyes are sparkly but also dilated, as if like you just shook his whole world of vocabulary he did not know was available to him, and was like, his boss thought DeLacy was just like some like generic NPC and had no idea the depth behind him, and it was like, whoa. So you blew his mind right now. He's taking like a moment to like process the awesomeness, and they're having like a bro moment right now. Like if it was The Sims, like the green meter would go up. Because you're speaking boss's language, and just after a few moments of silence, he looks back at DeLacy and is like, "We're gonna be good friends."
I'm very happy to hear that. I see how well everyone else gets along with you, and I had kind of this feeling of missing out, so I'll be happy to be rid of that feeling.
Do you do hugs?
I think I'd like to start doing hugs.
Boss opens up his arms and just like runs to him like a little kid seeing like an uncle for the first time in like a couple months.
And it's very much a big brother uncle hug, like even gives that little like pat on the back of you did good, like that you did good, kid. Pat on the back.
Boss
I
looks
can't
up
wait.
at him adoring. Will you teach me
I'm
more
great.
ways to threaten people, Uncle
Of course.
DeLacy? Gives him
He
a
stills. Actually, when you call him Uncle DeLacy, he actually stills for a minute. And he kind of hugs you a bit tighter. And you hear a very, very quiet, "Oh, I got nephews I ain't even met yet."
So glad they had this moment.
Yeah, it's a cute little moment. I was gonna say it is about 9 o'clock, so why don't we do our bathroom break, and we will come right back. See you guys in like 10 to 15 minutes.
Awesome.
All right, be back. And we're back from our break. How's everybody doing now?
Refresh.
Hey.
Yeah. So in our adventuring, I had mentioned earlier that Fox had a little potential situation with Nikolai lined up. And Nikolai was like, okay, we'll work something out later. It is now later. Nikolai, who has just finished his shift because we're going from evening to nighttime, kind of gives you an elbow and says, hey, find me later, cabin 4. And just walks away.
Oh, don't I work the night shift?
You guys worked evening.
Oh, okay.
You were working
okay.
on rigging and stuff earlier
Right on.
when you were practicing fighting.
All right. I go find him, I suppose.
Okay. What is the vibe as you're going to find Nikolai?
The vibe is incredibly anxious.
No.
Because while Fox may be a player, and as much as Teddy wants to be, he is not. So the vibe there is very like, ha ha ha. So.
You find cabin 4 fairly easily. The cabins downstairs are numbered. And the door is slightly ajar. You can see Nikolai in his room. He appears to be carving something on his bed.
I give a little knock before opening the door.
Hello, I wasn't sure you were actually going to come.
Here I am. What are you carving?
Oh, see, here you go. He holds up, it looks like a little fish figurine, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches long.
Like just a fish?
It's a fish, yeah. Just
or is
regular...
it his sea goddess?
No, it's a regular fish.
Okay. Oh, that's neat. I don't know, you could whittle.
Yes, my Najimama, my grandmother, insisted we all have hobbies, aside from our skills. She insisted we should all have useful hobbies. So, you know, I have siblings who do other things. I took up carving.
Right on. My Tio used to carve. He was really bad at it. He's really bad at it.
Still.
Really wanted to make a pan flute, and it didn't really work out.
Oh. What is a pan? Like a frying pan?
No. So music, it's like a bunch of tiny little flutes.
Oh, I see.
Together, different sizes.
That sounds whimsical.
It is.
I bet Sonny would like that. It sounds like, you know, music and whatnot. But no, you know, I'm one of seven brothers. So, you know, the youngest, he knits. The middle child, he does, sculpting. You know, it's a whole thing.
Something. Middle child. Who knows? I knew that would get a reaction out of Edgar.
No, we all have very, very good hobbies. My brother actually knitted the blanket on my bed.
Oh. I could never figure it out.
Me neither.
Thank God other people can do that.
It makes for a great blanket, I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Marishka knows what he's
Agreed.
doing, so.
Oh, they're all...
There's a reaction happening right now.
And, who is that?
My youngest brother, Mariska.
Oh, that's the youngest.
Yeah, the one that was supposed to be going to school, but it sounds like he's not sticking with it. Yeah, that one.
Were you supposed to go to school?
I finished basic schooling, and then, I don't think any higher learning would have taken me, to be really honest. I was kind of a rebel in school. They were glad to be rid of me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I could probably have gotten into any school I wanted, but I figured that'd be a waste of time.
School of
I should
Hard
get
Knocks,
practical, hands-on. Huh?
School of Hard Knocks?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, you're here.
Yeah, enough with the school talk.
Did you want to do this? We don't have to. There's no pressure.
I'm so down to see what happens.
Nikolai puts the sculpture away in a little box that's like bolted to the desk so it doesn't shift around when things are going. Puts the knife in there and all the carving tools. Stands up and then very casually strolls a little bit closer to you and says, "Okay, what's your comfort zone?"
Hmm. Oh, well. The thing is, I'm not sure. I'm not accustomed to. How do I say this? I can't tell I'm not accustomed to this body.
Yeah.
The ocean. Wow.
I'm trying to figure out.
Let's keep it simple. How about that?
Okay. Nikolai, seeing you
And they can have a fade to black.
Yeah, Nikolai's gonna kiss you, and then we will fade to black, with the door eventually getting shut at some point. And we will figure out. How long do you think Teddy / Fox stays? Do you stay till like the next morning, or are you gone after things are over?
If he's cool with me, probably when things are over. I was gonna say because there's a very good chance he probably just falls asleep, whether he wants him there or not. Just falls asleep.
Okay, I mean he's welcome to stay till morning. Nikolai's not gonna kick him out.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what happens then.
Okay.
Unless he is kicked out, he probably knocks out.
Well then, you hang out with Nikolai for the rest of the evening. Having some fun. Figuring things out.
Figuring things out.
Yeah.
So proud.
It is now nighttime. Does anybody else want to do anything in particular?
Is Clark was daytime, right?
Yes, he's typically daytime. So you get to interact with him in the morning.
Okay. I would imagine Briar is being rather restless, considering the mental turmoil he went through. So he's just gonna wander the deck, I think. Maybe admire the ocean, as black as it is.
Yeah, at night it would look super dark.
Probably wander around. Yeah, and ominous. Who is available during this shift?
What are you looking for, I guess?
Well, probably grab some air, but I think Briar's going to do the typical cook thing and stress bake.
Okay.
Probably go around, count some heads, and then go to the mess hall, see if they can do some math, because Briar needs to do something, or Ashley's going to spiral, so need to do something at least a little bit familiar to be grounded,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Probably try.
So your
Let's see. I'm
baking options
trying
are
to
going to
think
be
what would.
really limited on a ship, just as a heads up. Like, you can do small things,
Mm.
like tarts, like the captain made.
Tarts!
But maybe cakes and things like that
Yeah.
might not be as good an option, because it's a little more complex in terms of keeping the temperature going.
Yeah, that's fair.
You do,
How
however, have
about
Philip's Kitchen at your disposal.
that is also true. Is there a thing as baking soda
I don't know.
in the?
Anybody know if baking soda existed in cowboy era?
I mean, I think so because there were biscuits.
Yeah, they could
So,
make. They could make pancakes. I don't know if they
Yeah,
use.
they had something that
Okay.
could help it rise. I don't know if it was literally baking soda or not.
Yeah.
Baking soda is the 1840s, 1850s, but there were
okay.
leavening agents that were really close to sodium bicarbonate before that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, history nerds. We
I
love
don't.
I know like one fact about a lot of stuff.
you. You know a lot of facts about a lot of stuff.
And we appreciate it about you.
I'm like the
So
Wish.com
we're gonna
Brennan
go.
Mulligan.
We love you just as much.
Fill up your brain. I mean, somebody's got to. Um, yeah, I think Briar decides on making a few loaves of soda bread, um, which is a very basic, very round loaf of bread. Um, Fairly simple, like 3 ingredients to work with. Um, and can do over a stove top in a pinch. So uh, Briar's going to try to do that, at least to feed at least 4 people with. Just anything to get his hands busy. Um, and it is a basic Irish recipe, which usually gave Ashley some comfort as a kid. So,
Okay.
yeah,
You spend time
Daddy
baking
making dough.
some tasty bread.
Would you be opposed to DeLacy joining you in that galley? Unless we're moving on to someone else.
I was gonna try to shift to morning, actually, if
I
that's
would.
cool.
Okay.
So Briar, you spend your night restlessly baking bread, which is where people would find you in the morning. How many loaves of bread do you think you've made?
Good morning. Let's see. I would say,
No, actually, you know what? Give me a d20 roll. See how many loaves of bread you've made.
This would be a
yeah,
hell of a
let's
time for
go.
an S20.
Right? That would be the one time I would roll high.
Stress baking.
Let's see. breathtaking. Okay, yeah, I'll use my metal dice for this one. My
It's a
briar
lot of
dice.
dice. Low. It's a lot of dice. Low for important stuff. High for just inane bullshit. Well, what is it?
Got a fucking one.
Well, you made a lot of loaves of bread, but only one of them turned out okay.
Ashley's just not having a good week, man, when it comes to cooking.
Nope.
Kept getting
We gotta
distracted,
pass.
I guess, and kept burning stuff.
Sometime during that time, Boss was gonna come in and give Briar a big hug, and then just leave.
Thanks, buddy.
At one point, DeLacy runs in because he can smell the burning and thinks there's a fire.
Oh no.
He's like, what's happening? What's on fire? So, Chaos, you all right in there?
Oh shoot.
You're not the thing that's on fire, are you?
No, it's just the bread.
It's just like
Uh-huh. Do you He's kind of doing that teeter between like, I could just go back to work. I don't have to be involved in this. This doesn't have to be a thing. I can just leave. Do you
But
want to talk about it?
he takes the biggest of breaths and lets it out. Have you ever had a moment where you know you can do something, but by the will of the gods or something, you just can't do it for some reason?
I don't want to say frequently, but I think I understand.
This was my grandmother's recipe.
Oh shit. He's gonna walk further into the galley.
It's not the galley. This is in Philip's kitchen.
It was a comfort.
Oh, this is in Philip's house. Okay. This is like.
Yeah.
Ah shit. Okay.
Use the basic white man's supplies, not the ship who actually needs them.
Yes.
Good idea.
Yes. That would be considerate. Yes.
But when Briar says it was my grandmother's recipe, that's when Delicious is like, oh shit, I'd be a dick if I walked away right now. He walks further into the kitchen.
You don't have to walk. You can blink. You learned that.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good point. He's gonna blink to immediately nearby Briar and just like, why don't you move away from the oven for now? I think it's just gonna make you feel worse if you keep at it.
Just as a reminder, Blink does use 1 AP, so bear that in mind. By the way, all of you would have refreshed all of your AP since it's now the next morning.
Beautiful.
Okay, so that would have been 2 I've used, so that's 8.
No, I think just 1 today.
But
Since
yeah.
you just woke up.
I don't know, because isn't it 1 when I learned it, and then another 1 when I do it here in the kitchen?
Yeah, but haven't you slept since then, or are you just coming off the night shift?
I'm just coming off the night shift. That's why.
Ah, okay. Then yes, it would be 2.
And he's like trying to move Briar away from the oven, and it's like, why don't we just move you away from this for a while? Sometimes you gotta take the L. But why don't you tell me what
Yeah.
But why don't you then? I feel like this is relating to something else. Do you want to talk about the root of it, or just that the bread ain't turning out so good?
I'm afraid we would be here all day if I went through the actual, but
Mr. O'Kells, I like you fine and well, but I'm just getting off of my shift on that ship, and I do need at least a nap. So,
Yeah.
if you got a shorter version, I'm happy to listen to it. But for longer, you might want to catch me later in the day.
That's fair. I'll catch you later.
You gonna be okay to be left on your lonesome?
Sure. Yeah. I don't think I'm going into work today. I'm just off.
Just off as in
I
unscheduled, or off as in off balance?
balance. Balance would be a good word.
I see. Which is an impressive feat in and of its own with them steppers you got on you.
It would be. Yeah. You you go ahead and get your rest, Mr. Lacey. I'll be okay.
I tell you what, clearly this bread business ain't working out for you the way it should. But something that sometimes can is exercise, and I'd like to get a few punches in on a heavy bag before I turn in for the night. Would you accompany me? It's a little strange to be doing so by myself. Maybe take a few swings yourself. Something you don't usually do to help yourself feel better. It might actually do the trick because it's just such a snap to your system.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Sure. Okay.
Come on, walk with me. And he's just gonna get
And he does.
right out of that kitchen. He's like, I can smell everything that went wrong in that recipe. It's the full Kubo and the two strings. Like, I just want you to know that my sense of smell is very strong, and we're going to get you out of here. You know, there's a saying that my mama used to say, which is that whenever you make a food item, whether it's baking or cooking, she did both. But if your head ain't in the right place, sometimes that'll pass its way into what you make it. You know how they say, like, oh, this recipe's made with love. Like, yeah, they mean it as a cute little thing, but sometimes intention does find its way into the thing you're making. And, well, sometimes confusion can do it too. So don't take it too much to heart.
Huh. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Um,
And
so so you just whack this bag here, or is there a technique behind it?
as Lacey's like rolling up his sleeves and like taking his vest off, he goes, "Oh, sometimes it's good to just get a few wild swings in to let out any built up energy, but after a point, technique's gonna be your friend so you don't hurt yourself. But I don't know if I need to telephone a soldier that." And he's gonna take a few like opening like boxer swings at it. He's practicing technique. I'm perfectly honest.
Rar's going to do his best to study you while you're doing that.
Question as the DM, are you intentionally trying to learn technique, the fighter move?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Remind myself how that move works.
Because I believe that'll be your third class, if that's what you want to do.
Well, I've only been in the doctor class, so
You have one move in the artificer class.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. I forgot. I'm sorry.
You're all good. I just want to clarify, just making sure. So, do you want to learn technique, the fighter move?
I do. actually.
Cool. You start studying DeLacy. Give me a roll really quick.
Maybe not the heavy dice. That
Heavy
never
dice for a
works out
heavy
for
bag? Why
me.
not?
It's pretty dice. What the hell? It made its worst roll possible. It can't get much worse than that.
You said that out
I need to
loud.
knock on some wood here.
Out loud.
I did. I did. I got a 15 that time.
Yeah, you start watching DeLacy, and how his arms are moving and how his body is turning, kind of like how Philip, and I guess you saw a little bit of what Philip was teaching DeLacy out in the open, and Fox as well, I believe, the other night. DeLacy somewhat failed, but Fox did pretty well. And you start seeing maybe what Philip was talking about, seeing how it physically works up close and personal from an outside perspective, and you start picking up on how to do it yourself.
After a few good jabs, Lacey would step back and be like, "All right, now, you take a swing at him."
So Briar rolls his shoulders, some rolls up his sleeves. And he squares up like he's saw DeLacy do. He rears back a fist and he starts hitting.
Good.
God, like what? A blend between Philip and DeLacy. That boxing technique.
Oh, come on now, put some feeling into it. He's teasing blatantly. Like, oh, come on, put some feeling into it. You gonna look me in the eye and tell me you's a doctor and never saw a face you wanted to punch? Come on.
Well, in that case, Ashley remembers an ex-boyfriend
Not your manager?
and has been a catalyst
Not your
for a lot of
manager
stuff.
who we were
But
all like, he better not turn up in the game?
oh yeah. Oh, Dylan. Yes.
Hang on, I have his name. Daryl. Daryl was
If it's
his name.
Kyle, I'm gonna. Oh,
Daryl.
Fucking Daryl.
if it was Kyle, I was
Fucking
laugh.
Daryl. So there's an uppercut for Daryl, and I'd say on that 15, that bag moves.
Yeah.
And then the
And Lacey's
ex-boyfriend,
just kind of
then
encouraging
Daryl
this.
again, and then ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I think you and DeLacy have a little bit of bonding time before DeLacy needs to go pass out. And you are just left being allowed to wail away at these punching bags, which are there for, the shadows to use, but also for you. As the sun begins to rise, Lakey, you had mentioned wanting to go talk to Orin, and I also wanted to address Morrigan because we haven't had a scene with Morrigan yet. Morgan, is there anything in particular you would like to do?
I mean, I guess I don't have anything in particular in mind. Just, Morgan's kind of, a mixed bag, having a hard time resting as well. There's like this weird pressure about like, okay, I've got to stick up for Lawfrey so much, and like I think we're good, but also like, if something does go awry somehow, people are going to be looking at her, that it was her fault for vouching for Lawfrey. There's like this excitement tension about like, okay, it's going to be very soon that we're going to see my kid, which brings its whole other bundle of nerves. So yeah, I haven't thought of anything in particular, just because like she's so singularly focused on these sorts of concerns, I guess.
Gotcha. Lakey, where does morning find you?
Finishing up the end of a navigation shift.
Okay.
I think he's become adept enough at reading the star charts and just making sure navigation and all of those things to be able to make sure that the boat doesn't go too far off course overnight. So that's usually what he's doing
Okay. You would
on the night
probably,
shift.
rather than it being Orin at night, it would probably be Gwellen, who is the dwarven member of the crew, who is the understudy for Orin when Orin is off shift. So you've been hanging out with him, but he's been happy enough to let you, take the reins. Would you at all be interested?
Lakey,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Lakey will absolutely pick his brain about any sort of stories about like celestial whatnot that he and his culture have. Should he be willing to share? So I'm sure there was lots of good story time and whatnot between the two of them. If Warren is into that
Gwellen?
sort of thing. Or from Gwellen, yeah.
Gwellen, at your question of, what are your stories with Star, Gwellen just kind of laughs and goes, well, I'm from Cliffside, so I don't really have much to say about the stars. We don't see much of them. But, we know they're out there.
I think Lakey would be fascinated. And if it wasn't too personal and Gwellen didn't mind, Lakey would ask him, how he learned to cope with the sky and all of those things and just
Well, there's the big stereotype that lots of people think we just think we're gonna fall into the sky if we go outside. That's just silliness. We know how gravity works. That's what the goddess of gravity's about. We're more, well, mostly the sky just presents a lot of problems. With the rain and the thunder and the lightning and the changing of elements, everything is nice and manageable when you don't have to deal with so many variables. But some of us like adventure, so we go out and we join the seas, where there are a lot more variables. It's a bit of a learning curve, but we enjoy the community of it all.
that makes a ridiculous amount of sense.
We don't fall into the sky. Most of us.
No, that only happens in select cases. I've heard. Very special circumstances.
It hasn't happened to me, so we'll take what we can get.
Right, of course. Excellent. Thank you. It's been lovely.
No problem. It's been nice to see a new friendly face taking an interest in the star charts. And usually it's just Orin.
My grandmother my whole family, my whole people, I think, have a vested interest in the stars. And she told me a lot of stories about the different people and shapes and adventures that you could find when you looked at them. So it's been very interesting to learn how they can shape our course. And I've really enjoyed it. And I appreciate you teaching me.
Of course. Well, if you ever want to pick up a ranger skill, I'd be happy to teach you. I'm sure Orin would be too, although he kind of trails off and he goes, well, he's not been in the best state since he found out about our new course, as it were.
Our particular guide, as it were.
You could call it that.
I could call her a lot of things, I'm sure. She could only get so mad at me.
Does she prefer the she/her?
I did help.
You know, they're all, you know, between genders, as it were.
That's fair. I've never gotten close enough to ask. There's a lot of teeth involved.
Yeah, I
And
would imagine so.
some glowing things. When I did see Lawfrey, that's their name, Lawfrey. When I did see Lawfrey, it was the same sort of elegance. A very wicked sword, or a very well, you're a ranger. A very elegant predator. Just the built for channeling the fury of the sea, honestly. And the most efficient and, frankly, terrifyingly beautiful way possible.
Well, when you're born
But
from the
I'm
back of the god of the sea, I suppose, you come out whatever God wants you to look like. And if he wants predators, they become predators. You ever seen a leviathan before?
no,
Have you ever kept a
I
pet
haven't.
fish? Like the little goldfish you pick up at festivals and whatnot.
No, but I've been friends with goldfish people. Is that the same thing?
I'm gonna be really honest with you, I've never met a goldfish person, but that's new. I don't know if it works the same way with folk of that variety. But when you keep a pet goldfish, they say they grow to whatever size container you put them in.
That's exactly what happened with their teenage son. He just kept growing and growing and growing and growing, and then they realized they had to move him into the smaller room, and then he stopped.
So it's said that Tethys' children all do that. They start out quite small, quite minnow like, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger as they grow older. And if nothing happens, that where, you know, they're eaten by someone else, they continue to grow because the sea is not gonna stop them. I've seen ships taken down by Leviathan just in them not paying attention to where they're going.
I can imagine it. I mean, although I think if I looked up and saw something moving across my ceiling, I would also be concerned and potentially try to squish it.
Most Leviathan are old enough, they're quite, blind. They just kind of eat everything around them. So if they notice you, it's a problem, but mostly if you leave them alone, you're good. If they notice you, you better hope your wizard's got a portal ready.
I do.
Oh, I know.
In
It's
fact.
downstairs in, what, cabin 6? Whatever that is.
Yeah, and go straight to a doctor's office, which is
Oh, delightful. I have to say, I do miss our old doctor, curmudgeonly as he was, but hopefully the new clinic's treating him well.
well, if you go through that portal to visit with the doctor who's on night shift, you may very well get an excellent dose of curmudgeon.
I'll bear that in mind.
Doctor
Anywho,
seems
I
very
should
kind, but
go check in.
slightly
Unless,
uptight.
would you like to go check in on Orin, or I was gonna see if he's ready to take over the shift.
I can check in on Orin.
He's usually in cabin 2, I believe. Although he may have chosen to sleep in the galley, depending on his mood.
Noted. So Blakey makes his way down to the galley to see if Orin's there.
Orin is there. Orin is not asleep.
How's Orin looking?
Orin looks like he slept really badly.
Morning, Orin. I came down to see if you wanted to take the helm, but I think I've got a couple more hours in me if you want to try to rest some more.
Orin shoots you a bloodshot-eyed look of, like, almost startled. He didn't realize that you were there. You didn't blink in or anything. You just walked up, but it was almost like he wasn't paying any attention. And he's, oh, I'm so sorry. What did you say?
It's shift change, but I came to find you, but if you would like to take a little bit longer, I think I've got a couple more hours in me. If you wanna rest some more.
No, I don't think resting's in the card at the moment. I'll get to it. Thank you, Mr. Quickstep. Did you happen to see if the first mate was on deck?
Willem?
No, the first
The first
mate.
meet again.
Lady Valiant.
Oh. No, I hadn't noticed. I did want to ask her something though. I could tuck back to her quarter over yonder and send her your way if that would be helpful.
Sure. I'll go take over from whoever's on staff. Thank you, Mr. Quickstep. I'll be going. And he kind of just leaves, dismisses himself. He seems very off kilter from how you had interacted with him previously.
Like an insight check situation I can do.
Yeah, well, so the system technically you're not supposed to roll for it, but what do you want to know about it?
Is he far gone to the point of drastic action?
I don't think that you would think so. He doesn't seem like it. He seems maybe anxious and distracted, but not necessarily a risk to the ship in any way.
So sleepless and rattled and definitely stressed, but he hasn't broken yet.
Correct.
I'm going to go find Lady Valiant.
Okay. Let me pivot really quick to Morrigan. Morrigan, is there anything in particular you want to do before I let Lakey go visit with Lady Valiant?
Morrigan's looking out for Lawfrey is what she's up to right now. See, I don't know. She's not necessarily sinking anyone out in particular. If anyone were to come up, she would acknowledge them. But no, I think you're good to move on to.
Okay, well, I think Darshan at the
scene.
very least would come and wish you a good morning. He's of course very grateful for you introducing him to Lakey, despite his initial anxiety about the situation. And then Darshan would probably at some point start playing because it's his shift. He's day shift. To try and speed travel along a little bit. Lakey, you come to the first mate's quarters, which are accessible. It's one of the larger cabins below decks. Isosceles has one of the larger cabins, and she has one of the larger cabins. The captain has his own quarters. They're really fancy. But you would find hers fairly easily. And the door is open.
Lakey is still going to knock on the door frame.
You hear come.
Good morning, Lady Valiant. Um, two things for you. Quick question first. Would there be perhaps an additional fee if we, well, I mean, would it be possible potentially for us to bring, well, me to bring a visitor on board, say for an hour or two? And if so, what would the cost be for that?
Lady Valiant turns to look at you. It looks like she's kind of tidying up her quarters. The room is filled with pictures on the back wall. She's got a nice little desk. She's got a bed over in the corner. It's not a huge room, but it's got space. It looks a lot more spacious than Isosceles' because Isosceles is covered in junk. But it's a reasonable sized room. And she says, if it's just for a few hours, I'm sure the captain would be fine with it for no additional fee. My only concern is your friend is inviting an unusual member of the crew along.
Yes, I did hear about that, and I would try to time this where it wouldn't be a very inconvenient visit. Uh, if you have a moment, I can explain. And he waits for her to just give him the go ahead, and then he's like,
She just continues staring at you, like just waiting for you to say the thing.
Right. My grandmother was an adventurer in her day, and is kind of the lore keeper for, I don't want to say all of our people, but at the very least, the Starlight City branch of our people. And I was talking to Darshan, and he seems to really just need, well, a land family. I don't want to discount the ties that he has on board. But he's been seeking the lore of his heritage, which I can entirely appreciate, and I think my grandmother would very much enjoy being able to get out again. She makes a lot of noises like she doesn't miss it, but I think she does. And I think that the captain would get an absolute kick out of trading war stories with her, perhaps.
She laughs at that.
At the very least. So I just wanted to check and make sure that it wouldn't be a bother, and if there was any sort of inconvenience to the crew with an extra person. I know time and things like that are hard to manage on a ship, so I wanted to make sure that everything was fine and equivalence was offered should it be warranted.
I'm happy to allow you to bring on board a few guests as long as you keep the numbers to a minimum and it is not for any extended period of time. Any ill behavior by any of them will be your responsibility. Is that alright with you?
Lakey gets a weirdly intimidated look. Just for a second. At thinking of trying to get his grandmother to behave herself. I understand that our honor is theirs. We must care for both as such. Yes.
Then we have an accord.
Excellent. Oh, the other thing is that Oren had asked after you. I just relieved him. He is not
Well, no,
well.
he's not.
Is there anything that I can offer to support this situation? I told him I had a couple more hours that I think I could stand for navigation if he wanted to rest or...
No, I am hoping to... She kind of pauses and sets down the photo that she was dusting off and says, Oren had an experience where one of his ships that he was crewing on strayed within the boundaries of Tethys Rest, or at least close enough that they were targeted, and his entire ship went down. He was one of 4 survivors, and from what I understand, it was a rather horrific situation. I was thinking of asking him to potentially step away for the remainder of our quest. I do not know that he will accept that, or that that would necessarily be good for him, but I don't know that it would necessarily be good for him to have to work with your guide.
I don't know that I can speak for Lawfrey. I think the only one who can do that is Lawfrey herself through Morrigan.
I don't think that anyone
But
should begin to try to speak for any of the children of the sea.
I was going to suggest perhaps attempting to establish some structure for this interaction, so that Oren has a framework to work within.
Okay, what would you
So
suggest?
he's not constantly waiting for the other fin to drop. Regular updates, perhaps from Morrigan, on when to expect the guide. Open communication about who and where. And maybe some explanation of who exactly is coming. So it's not just an amorphous horror that could arrive at any time, at any place, and do anything to him. Fear is overwhelming, and the end of fear undefined situation could make that unending be even worse.
I agree. I was thinking something similar. Obviously, we do know that we are rendezvousing with your guide at a particular location. I was hoping that perhaps once we made contact, it would be a changeable thing that he would be able to see and potentially, come to terms with, but at the same time, I don't want to necessarily expose him to something of that nature if I don't have to. Simply for his long-term mental health. But I have to leave some of that up to him.
Absolutely. I think I don't have a lot of experience with people being overwhelmed with fear, but my grandmother's told me stories of times when she's been in this situation, and she said that sometimes allowing people to have control, as much control as they can in these situations within a structure, not necessarily endless choices, but a this or that, and allowing him to decide might give him some ground beneath his feet, so to speak.
Yes. I also do have to weigh in the safety of the rest of the crew. Even if he thinks he can do it, it may not be the safest for the rest of them. Obviously, Gwelin can take over partially, but if he has to take off, we need to find another ranger, potentially short-term, or see if Gwelin is willing to work staggered shifts.
If it needs to be a ranger specifically, we have one among our party. I might be able to recruit another, as it is.
Oh. Well, I didn't know you had a ranger aboard. Who is your ranger?
I'm really paranoid that Boss isn't a ranger.
Boss is a ranger. You're correct.
He is.
You
I know
really
he's quite taken with testosterone. Right. But it was that. Is that actually a thing, or did I just make that up? I don't know.
Boss is a ranger.
Yeah. So, he's gonna say, he may be quite taken with isosceles, but I feel that is the frog kind. But Bossa Nova Honey Lemon is a ranger. And
I'll have to discuss that with your friend then, potentially.
if distraction is a better option for Orin, this is gonna sound very strange. My family is exceptionally good at caring for people and distracting them at the same time, often in ways so that people get cared for even when they think they're not and they don't want to be. So if hustle and bustle will help, not that I think that it might, but if Orin would prefer, I can always send him back with my grandmother, and he can use my room and have a quiet place to be.
That may be
Perhaps
something that might be best for him, to be honest with you. At least until
if he chooses it.
At least until your aquatic guide decides to relieve herself of our presence, hopefully peacefully.
Well, if he chooses to, like he says, blatantly ignoring that potential and thought process, I know the bed's empty, and I can guarantee my mother would put him to work. My father's also a ranger, so perhaps he could do some land-based things. But regardless, there are options, and I would be happy to provide whatever support we can for a little bit of peace of mind for Orin. He's done so much for us. This is a very hard ask. He shouldn't have to meet it if he doesn't have to.
I agree, and I thank you for understanding his perspective. I know it's not a simple one for your friend, who I suppose has the arrangement. How did you make your aquatic friend's acquaintance? I don't remember you saying.
Well,
no questions asked. You know that she is fishing for information.
There was rumor that this year one of the children of Tethys had been captured and displayed at a festival as a novelty, like a sideshow. And then there was another rumor that there was a great kerfuffle, followed immediately by a third rumor that said display was no longer displayed. And I believe that is as much of the story as I can offer you.
Are you referring to the Festival of the Prince just a few days ago?
I can neither confirm nor deny any such thing.
She stares at you very hard.
I can neither confirm nor deny any such thing.
Very well, Mr. Quickstep. I will
Yes.
speak with Orin shortly.
Lakey rolled a 1 to meet her gaze. So he absolutely does, and he absolutely cannot hide the little smirk of, I don't know who you think you're staring at like that, lady, but that ain't nothing compared to the stares I've faced in my house.
I think she kind of has this, like, severe way of looking without looking super harsh. It's very much a mom stare of, you're not telling me something that you should probably be telling me.
Which is why Lakey put the emphasis on I. Like, it's not my story to tell. Like, he's not going to tell her that there isn't information there. He's just going to tell her that she's barking up the wrong tree. And that she might know exactly where the tree to bark up is. It's just not this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like... Go fish, madam.
Pretty much. And basically, as I was saying, she says, well, I'll go speak to Orin. Thank you for letting me know he wanted to speak with me and your perspective on the matter. I look forward to meeting your grandmother.
Excellent. I am happy to stay up for the next 3 hours in the galley, should Orin choose to take that rest and relief his need.
Thank you. I will remind him of that.
Of course.
If
And
you would like
Lakey
to,
kind of
we
gives a little
do
half
have
bow.
we do have spare cots in the galley if you would like to take a rest there. Sometimes sailors who are newer to the ship will take up a cot there instead of having a cabin. But whatever you
That sounds perfect. I'll do that today, then, in case there's any need or arrangements that need to be made. I'll be easily found.
And of course, we will contact your party when we have arrived at our destination to rendezvous with your Tethrian friend.
Yes. Friend. Excellent. Thank you, Lady Valiant. Much appreciated. And he gives a little half bow and then heads to the galley to grab a snack and chill out.
Sounds good.
Does Lakey have to come up to deck to get over to the galleys, or
No, the
I don't know
galley
much about
is
ship.
further down.
Okay. Yeah, never mind then.
Morrigan can go get a snack.
Yeah, the galley is where the kitchen is, essentially. It's like they've got cots lined up in that room.
Okay, yeah, sure. Morrigan's looking around, finds Lakey at the galley, and she does seem in better spirits. Not that the two of them had really interacted much, but just for a narrative story's sake, it seems like the music and the vibes have lifted her mood a bit, and things seem to mostly be going in, the right direction as far as she can tell. She's like,
Hey, Lakey. Darson just figured out this new song. It's really cool. You should come up. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just had a conversation with Lady Valiant about Orin. He's distressed.
Question mark? Oh.
He has an incident in his past with a Tethrian that he hasn't been able to confront on his own, and now more forcibly confronting it, he's trying to do the best he can, and it's not going well. But I
mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but like I'm not doing this for shits and giggles or to make anyone upset, I
don't think that's it. I think everyone understands that, and I think that's why he's still trying to do his best. I offered to let him go sleep, and he said no. He's very driven to be a part of the crew and to see this all the way through, regardless of how poorly he doesn't realize he's doing. Sometimes people just find themselves in situations where they have to confront something that they weren't prepared to, and they don't necessarily have the resources to do it in the best way possible.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I hope he and everyone else that seems, concerned about all this, will be all right. It sucks that no one else can really talk to Lawfrey. I feel like it'd be easier that way.
It might, but you could speak for her. Not put words in her mouth, of course, but communicate her the way that she's interacted with you in the past, the reasons why you feel like you can trust her. Maybe if Orin and the crew know what exactly who we're meeting and how you wound up with her favor. Lady Valiant tried to press me for some information, but I could only tell her the rumors that I had heard, because that's not my story to tell.
Yeah, you're a real one. You're a real one, Lakey. It's not necessarily something I'm trying to hide. Like, we know this crew through the shadows and whatever. Like, I don't think they're untrustworthy or anything. It's just I kind of mentioned that Lawfrey exists, and I mean, you saw how people reacted.
From everything that I've heard, living in Starlight City and not spending a ton of time down by the docks, except for speaking with harbor masters and adjudicating agreements for crews and shipping and things like that. I haven't heard many stories like yours and Lawfrey's. I've heard stories of Pathrians destroying boats and being forces of what we would see as destruction, but I think it's actually protection. Almost. Their realm is invaded by these strange craft with no contact or consequence or ask of permission, and just take whatever they find as if they feel entitled to it. Fish, treasures, plants, other Deathrians just disappear at the whim of these strange things that wander into their realms, but that leads the Tethrians to not care so much when they see these crafts. So, I can understand both sides. There's a lot of one bad apple spoils the bunch, but all the apples look the same. That's why they're all called apples. Okay, that metaphor doesn't work great, but I think you get the point.
I know what you're trying to say. I guess I didn't think it was that remarkable for someone to just... Other people have abilities like I do to just talk to people, even in their minds, even if you don't,
Not everyone chooses to use them the same way that you do. You're pretty remarkable.
Oh, whatever. Shut up. You're remarkable too. You're gonna make me say it. That's why we were gonna dance a second ago. But you're responsible and care about people, and so you're doing this instead.
I can do both.
You can't?
I can. See? You want to dance, and I'm going to be responsible and care about that. Let's go. And he kind of mock storms
alright.
up to the deck.
You're really gonna like this song, I think. I think you really are. Following right after.
I believe you.
All right, I think that's a good stopping point, especially since it's almost 10:30. I'm sorry for those.
Oh,
of
I'm
you that
so
go to bed.
sorry, guys.
We did it!
Great episode though. I hope you guys have a great night. And we will see you guys next week for Monster Hunters, and then 2 weeks for more Digitized Heroes.
Yay.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Bye,
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Isosceles hands.
Happy holidays.
Isosceles.
Jasmine.
A 5, 6.